Hey everyone, this is the Collective Soul Tarot and I'm Kay. Welcome to the channel. Thank you for joining with me today on Wednesday. It is November the 1st, 2023. Yep, 2 more months and we're into a new year. Wow, hey guys, it goes by so quickly. So we're going to do a general reading for the collective. And I'm using the Seer Marchetti decks with the Kipper and Gilded Reverie together. And I'm going to use Intuit Tarot for clarification. I'm excited to begin this. I love doing these readings with these Seer Marchetti decks because they just give you so much of it's just more of a, I don't know, focused reading. Just a little bit more information, it seems, than you get from tarot. So I'll be using these to clarify, and if you like what you see or hear today, would you please consider subscribing, liking, sharing, and commenting? That would be awesome. Help my channel grow and get out to more people who may really need to be following tarot card readings, or at least whatever you get from my readings that keeps you coming back, maybe something that someone else needs. So, Archangel Michael and my Holy Spirit, please guide and assist me today with correctly interpreting the energies in the cards and to help me see clearly. Thank you. Archangel Michael and Holy Spirit, what messages do you have for the collective today in this general read for Wednesday, November 1st, 2023? Let's hit the ground running now. We're going to do past, present, and near future. Past is some flowers, the tulips. Now these flowers here, back in the 1800s, was when someone had given flowers to another person, usually from a male, excuse me, a male to a female, this masculine feminine stuff, huh? You get kind of hooked on it. From a male to a female, it's kind of like an expression of, I have feelings for you, or I adore you, or I'm curious about you, or I admire you, just some kind of expression without actually saying the words. That's what they were used for. So it's about expressing something positive. Present day is abundance. The fish card, which is all about money and resources. Making sure that you use your resources wisely to make them last as much and as long as you can. And the near future is the house card from the Kipper deck. That is a place where you call home. Of course, the Kipper is set in like the 1800s. England, I think, or not necessarily England, but wherever the deck was first created, I think like in Germany or some kind of European country. But you can see this is a Victorian style, but it has like the domes back there. I don't know, that's kind of more European. I'm not sure. Not that the UK, Britain isn't European, but I don't know if it is or not. But it's a place where you can go that you feel like you can just be yourself. You feel safe and secure, and that it's, with it being there all the time, short of earthquake or fire or some other disaster, it's always there that you can rely on it, and it's, loyal to you in that respect. But a place you call home, right? Could be a person you call home, like somebody that you are thinking about that you just feel so good. If you can envision being with them, that you would just feel like you're home with them, right? So looks like you went from receiving some kind of expression or giving an expression of support, love, affection, I'm curious about you. Yeah, I admire you, whatever. And then in the present, you are trying to, you know, manifest and organize your abundance, your prosperity, your finances. It could be that you feel abundant because of what went on in the past here. You just feel great, you know. You feel good, you feel rich, you know, you feel wealthy. Someone loves you, someone really admires you, someone took the time to let them know that they took the time to express to you, or you did to them. Okay, and that person ultimately makes you feel like they are home to you. So clarifying the flowers, so we have the Stork card. That's been coming out a lot, hasn't it? And the book of knowledge. The book of knowledge. Okay. Excuse me. These two clarify that. So we have the Stork's card. It's all about a new beginning, a new addition to your life. Could be a baby, whatever, but excuse me, I'm more thinking about, because my readings are more like love centered. It's some kind of movement towards somebody, an upgrade or an improvement. Like I said, it's either you received this or you gave this to somebody. And this is, you're realizing, is kind of preordained or destined. You can see the clock on here. Kind of like it's timing, it's divine timing, inspired, it's destined, right? I'm going to read that card in particular. It's from the Gilded Reverie. The book of knowledge, the book of secrets. What I house is educational and private. I may be your project or your research, and sometimes your studies in journals. Watch out for the cards around me, because with the sun you will see right through me. I am hidden, I am unknown, but occasional knowledge I might learn. So yeah, this is just your secret feelings and thoughts, whatever, but it's the book of knowledge, right? About you. The book draws attention to the power of knowledge and the importance of processing it. This card may suggest there is something somebody needs to know. However, this will only become apparent with the presence of the cards around it. Yeah. Somebody needed to know this expression that came as some type of, it caused a movement, like a shift in your perception. The book is a vehicle for the very imagination itself. It promises tales of great mystery within its pages. It has the mechanical dial on its front showing the intricacies of learning. The book opens to the right of the card. Book opens to the right of the card, this way, this side, which indicates in readings the direction of the learning. Literally, what is being opened by the learning. As example, if it was a dog was to the right of this book, it would be learning something about a close friend. The next card to the right may indicate what's going to be learned, such as a ring, or the stork. It may be a surprise to them to say, "Congratulations on your engagement," or "Wow, a baby," before they have told you. Yeah, okay. So it's something you needed to know. Something you needed to know. Somebody that, like, it's an inner thought or private thought. Inner, your thoughts and feelings. Inner, private. Yeah, okay. Well, I still can't say for certain if this is if you needed to know this, before you can take your steps for a new beginning, to move, to upgrade, and to improve your situation or your life's situation. I dropped a card now, and it's a message of concern card. That'll be for the present day right here. Okay, back up to the table. Let's see. Okay, what's the next card for clarification? Archangel Michael. Oh, the trickster card of the fox in the hen house. I don't know. I feel like it has something to do with, I'm going to read this card to see if there's any other interpretation that is not so obvious that would apply to this particular reading. It's kind of like the message is concerning that somebody has been devious. Fox card, right? Right. It clarifies the fish card. So, I bring plenty and abundance. I deal in commerce and sales. I advocate independence and promote self-reliance in trade. It symbolizes resources and money, and wealth sometimes. Where this card appears, it teaches us to make the most of the resources that we possess, speculate to accumulate, and making a little go a long way. The exact meaning is dependent on the cards around it. Okay. So I think that it's plenty, right? Plenty. I think that this is like you're giving a message of concern or receiving a message of concern from somebody that is telling you about some trickery around you. And somebody's trying to keep you from this movement, upgrade and improvements. Like somebody's trying to block your way by stealing, stealing your money, trying to take without being seen or obvious. Yeah. Being deceptive. Wow. That's different from what I thought this would mean. Yeah, it's about you've received a message, collective, that somebody's been, thieving from you, taking from you, stealing from you. It has to do with your resources. It may not be financial, but it's some kind of resource. I think somebody's trying to get in the way without it being without it being described quite literally. It's somebody that's just trying to block your path. If you just summarize that, somebody's trying to block your way, and you're finding out about that. This is present day. Someone's trying to get in the way of you being able to move forward and experience happiness, right? If this is about, good feelings and positivity, this person may have found out about that, or at least thinks that's what's going on with you, that they want to interfere in some way. They want to take that opportunity from you, away from you. It could have something to do with your work, if you're relying on your occupation, your income resource. Somebody may be trying to take away a promotion from you. so that you can't be promoted, so that you can't, upgrade and improve your income status, as well as your authority status in the business, in the company. So let's check out near future. We got a guy, gentleman number 1, with the rose and the star card. Okay. It's about being recognized, recognition. Just going to check it out again with the Gilded Reverie. Stars. This is shiny sparkles, guidance, and healing is what I promise through the gentle feeling. I am reassurance, inspiration, and a new path for your exploration. Wish upon a star, for I bring hope and light from afar. Yeah. A preordained, destined path. That's more like I said about that one, but it's this one here. The need for vision and desire for wish fulfillment. Stars in your eyes, you should follow your own star. Optimism and ambition. This card portends success and much promise, and thanking one's lucky star. So, this gentleman number 1 is like the King of Cups, okay, in the tarot. And the star is a wish fulfillment, but it's also feeling reassured and having guidance and assurance that you're on the right path, kind of thing. And with this being King of Cups, he obviously has an expression of love for somebody right there at the rose that he wants to give someone. His person of interest, right? Who feels like home to him. Yeah. But this is trying to get in the way of him being able to realize his wish fulfillment, to reach his goal, that to have that wish fulfilled. If someone is trying to get in the way of that, take that opportunity from him. Again, like if him being able to go here to be with wherever that is, wherever the one that makes him feel like home, he's reached home with her, and I'm saying her because this is the gentleman here. But take it as it resonates for yourself. But this is definitely a man. There's no obscurity about that. That is man. I'm talking to a man. So this, if it has to do with work, that you need to rely on your career and your income to get you to your happiness. Somebody at your workplace or somehow connected to it is trying to put up obstacles in your way so that you lose out on that opportunity. Okay, let's start clarifying. 9, the flowers card. Archangel Michael, Holy Spirit, can you tell us who is the collective receiving these flowers from someone specific, or are they given these flowers to someone? Thank you. Wheel of Fortune. Let's see what it says here. Chance. Life cycles, karma, destiny, good luck, expansion, it's time, fortune, change, and fate. Beyond your control. Challenges, external forces, upheaval, luck of the draw, karmic lessons. Now, because we're clarifying the flowers, it's this way. Decisive movement, chance, life cycles, karma, destiny, good luck, expansion, it's time, fortune, change, and fate. Yeah. This was fated, but it is also means that it's of good fortune that you gave this or received it. Still doesn't tell me, excuse me, still didn't tell me. Let me have a drink. If it's from you or to you. Waning moon. Reevaluate your plans, new perspectives, have patience, and decrease, gaining wisdom. 9 of Cups, wish fulfillment. Still didn't tell me. It says emotional fulfillment, completely content, wishes coming true, feeling good, full, happy, and satisfied. These 3 people are drinking it up there, celebrating. And the Chariot. It's someone you want to move towards. Like have forward movement. Forward movement, determined, willpower, success, control, action, travel, and focus. So I'm just going to tell you what I intuit because I'm not really seeing it in the cards. Is that yes, this person that either you gave the flowers to or received them from would be a wish fulfillment for you, because that's what this is talking about over here, especially with the star. But I intuited when I got this is that you received some kind of expression from someone that you care about that's a wish fulfillment to you. You received an expression. Like I said before, you received an expression of love, or I admire you, I curious about you, I love you, whatever, or I support you, that kind of thing. And that with having received that, you were able to, it made your heart sing, right? Receiving that expression, that it just got you going, like to be able to move forward. Now this is a distance path, this is a recent past, but you have learned something, right? You learned something you needed to know that was going to be private to you. You learned that someone actually has feelings for you, that they at least are they at least support you at the very minimum. But if they're going to do that, it's kind of like saying without saying the words, right? Again, the tulips. You might be saying, I support you. This person might be saying, I support you, but because of the tulips being that expression without actually saying it, it could be like, I love you instead of I support you, or I admire you, or I have you on a pedestal, without saying that, without actually saying it, because that's again what the interpretation of those flowers are for. Back in the day, 1800s. Okay, so let's clarify the stork card. Yeah, I think you received them, not gave them. And it just it tickled your funny bone. No, it just ticked your clock. And it floated your boat. It just made you happy. It made you happy. It just made you happy. Made your heart take a leap with great joy, at least for a moment. But in private, it's something you now know. In private, it's something you're taking with you. In private, it is something you learned. It was educational to you. It was enlightening to you, okay? Now you at least know. Okay, so 17, the King of Cups, look at that. You can move now as a King of Cups by ending an old chapter in your life, because remember, this is the new beginning. And transitioning a new chapter as an emperor. That is just wild. The 7 of Coins right here. That was you were looking at the past, and you've seen what you've sown, and you're going to persevere now because you want more. What you've sown so far and grown on your tree or your plant, your tree of life with your lessons. You want more. You want more. The stork is always about like abundance, because it brings in something, right? Brings in your little bundle of joy. So yeah, you know, you're the king of cups, right? In the near future, maybe even now, you've tapped into your heart center, and perhaps this here message helped you make that move. It took you out of maybe pessimism and fear and resentment and anger, you know, feeling defeated. Maybe it took you out of that by receiving this, and it helped you open up your heart, become a heart-centered I love you, or I have great emotional depth for you. Ooh, you're emotionally balanced with this one. It's an emotional mastery. It helped you bring your feelings up. You know, there's that emotional chart that I've put up many times. It goes from like the low frequency of emotions, which is like hate and grief, and not so much grief, but just hate and anger, hate and anger down at the bottom, all the way up to like joy, love, peace, you know, up to the higher frequency. And in any moment we can be up or down. That's where it's said that you're not emotionally balanced, because this roller coaster ride of going from something angry or sad or depressed or anxious to feeling a little elated, whatever, happier, and then back down again, or somewhere in the middle. It's just this constant roller coaster ride for us until we start healing our heart, allowing it to find that stability where your thoughts start mirroring your heart feelings, your emotions, or your heart is now in line with your thoughts. In order for your heart to be in line with your thoughts have to be of the heart-centeredness type of thoughts, because your heart can't align with, you know, it can align with joy and peace and all that sort of stuff, but that's emotional stability, but it can't align with depression and anxiety and hate and anger. And the reason why we feel depressed and anxious, because we're not in the alignment of our true self, our heart, the emotional self that represents that soul stillness, you know, God stillness, where it's from nothing. It's a nothingness, it's a stillness of balance, of peace and equilibrium. That is what your heart only can resonate with, and in that is that peace and calm and stability of joy and love, right? Great love, unconditional love. But yeah, you can't, that's why we feel depressed and anxious. The lower spectrum of that scale is because we are not telling us the truth about who we really are. We're really peace and calm, but something in our life has caused us to believe differently, that we aren't, and that depression comes from, that whole emotional instability comes from not believing in who you really are. That you just haven't been able to figure that out and put yourself in that position mentally and emotionally where you're more stable. So this collective has done that. They found emotional mastery, emotional stability. And it could have been just as simple as leaving somebody behind that kept sucking you down to that lower frequency. And then, trying to regain your equilibrium to the point where you're more stable, but you may still been kind of less in the pessimism range of the scale. Like I said, doubt and stuff like that. But as soon as you receive this message of love and or support and or admiration, it went from here's your heart and you were down here just below it, just below, not down here but here. Suddenly it just went right there, and now you have that emotional stability. You are now fully heart-centered, and that's where you want to stay. You do. You're putting an end to You're putting into any emotional instability that your life before this message came caused you, or this expression. And your new chapter now is going to be, you know, a King of Cups as an Emperor in that high vibe, because you're ready to persevere and sow new seeds so that you can have the 10 of Pentacles, like a long-term, secure, committed type of life relationship with your own life, with yourself, and with another person. Yeah. So you have been looking at the past and seeing that there's someone that ticked all your boxes, excuse me, and made your boat float. But you weren't certain. You weren't certain how they felt about you, how they feel about you, but bang, in comes a message or an expression, or you received the doorbell rang and you opened it up and there was a florist standing there giving you a bouquet of tulips. And, you know, with any understanding, you realize that that's somebody's expression of love and admiration and curiosity and support. And bada bing, now you're like whew, way up on the emotional scale, feeling very joyful and happy. You get yourself emotionally stable, you suddenly tap into your Emperor energy, which is take charge and lead and take control of your life again, of your heart, so that you can live from your heart. Remember, the soul on 2 legs through your life. You want to walk on, your soul wants to walk using your legs, your physical legs, in your life. That's the heart walking on. You know, you see those pictograms or drawings of a heart with a face, you know, little eyes and a little smile and stuff, and then they have these little tiny legs, skinny legs, maybe little arms. Yeah. Yeah, that's you. Okay, so Book of Knowledge, 7 of Cups, options, confusion, 4 of Wands, knowing what you want from this, the Queen of Cups. Look at that, King and Queen of Cups paired. There's your girl right there, the one that gave you that message with the King of Wands. Wow. This is a beautiful reading already, and this is just the past we're looking at. Oh, wow. Okay, don't speak too soon, Kay, because, you know, we got this sneakiness to deal with. So, yeah, you were feeling very, very confused. Like I said, you were unclear as to how this person that you ticks your clock and floats your boat, as I say, that's giving you some knowledge, helped you learn something that you were unclear about. You're not anymore unclear. You want to have a celebration, a reunion with her, even if that means at some point a little further down the road you actually get married. You know, you propose to your Queen of Cups, who you see as a darling, especially now she gave you those flowers. And she doesn't literally have to give you flowers. She might have just gave you a message or something, you know, or a phone call if you're talking to her. Yeah, so anyways, you two are equally yoked because it's the King and Queen of Cups. You're a true pair, which means a lot in tarot. Okay, says a lot. And so because you're at that same vibe, you're both heart-centered. And you're tapping into now, after learning what you needed to hear or see or whatever, receive, you're tapping into your King of Wands energy, which is getting ready to take charge, take control, which is what the Emperor does. You're starting a new chapter as an Emperor. That will be over here. Okay, this is you putting an end to whatever it was that broke your heart before, the way you thought and felt about things that kept you in the lower vibe. You put an end to that chapter of your life so that you can move forward in a new chapter in that higher resonancy of the Emperor energy, who builds empires. Yeah. Okay, now we're going to talk about the present day. Card 34. And by the way, I just want to say, A long time ago, I received intuition through meditation. For whatever reason, the number 34 came up, and I attributed that to the divine, more specifically to the Holy Spirit. Not that there's a difference. But yeah, so whenever I see number 34, I think of abundance, because I think of the Holy Spirit as the end all, the be all kind of thing. Abundance, prosperity, and all good things. Just a side note, not that it makes any difference to you. Just thought I share that. Two of Wands, having to make a decision. It says you have opportunities. You're getting ready. It's a future planning time, and you're considering your options and making a decision to follow your heart, which is moving forward towards your love interest, the Queen of Cups. Your love interest in the near future. This makes you feel abundant. Yeah, makes you feel abundant. But you had to make a decision to do that. Okay, let's see what else we have to say. What are you thinking? 10 of Cups. So you left a marriage behind, but your decision is to move towards this gal here to form a very harmonic storybook ending for yourself, which is a blissful relationship where you're going to feel emotionally fulfilled and stable. It's going to be peace, and you're going to identify it as a divine love. No, that's a lot of fish. That's true abundance. You know, you talk about the Bible and Jesus filling up the river, or I don't know what he filled up, because I'm not big on the stories, but I do know that he put he made it so that the fishermen would have fish to fish for, so that it's like the fish is like plentiful, so that they can go home and feed their families and have money to do whatever else they had to do. Yeah. So that is plentiful, which is 10 of Cups. Plentiful. Now the message of concern. Let's talk about the message of concern. You've made a decision, especially after receiving this message, to move towards your 10 of Cups with your Queen of Cups as a King of Cups Emperor, man with a rose, gentleman number 1. Hangman, all right, something that stopped you in your tracks. 6 of Coins, something about not having equal given oh yeah. Whew. And also it had put you into hermit mode as well. Okay, so yeah, because this, it stopped you in your tracks to the point where you haven't been able to move forward, because, or that this sneakiness is about putting you in a position of not being able to move forward, like I mentioned before. It hung you so that you couldn't move. So they may have, when you found out, it may have actually stalled your efforts, delayed you. They may have been successful to some degree to be able to slow things down for you, or to at least put a halt to it, whatever. But it was this equal give and take, and I think that this is actually saying with the Justice card, it was your wife, your long-term partner, who did this, who's responsible for this. Somebody who was not being equally giving, taking more than giving, and with the assets, possibly with this Justice card, that's breaking a contract, right? Breaking a contract to do what's right. It's fairness and balance. This is giving and receiving. So you might have divided up your assets now with a divorce, through a divorce, or just ending this long-term relationship through the courts, if it had to go through the courts. Yeah. And you learned that somebody has been trying to put put a huge mountain, an obstacle in your way to move forward on a brand new, divinely inspired, passionate pursuit of, brand new things to reach for, goals and people, and having a new passion for love and life, that sort of stuff. It put a mountain before your plans to be able to do that is sooner than you wanted, or you wanted to do it, but it's going to delay it from happening, or at least block it all together, or at least delay it from happening. And so, but at the same time, you can look at it most positively, because it can make you have to stand still, upside down, gaining more newer perspectives on things, even towards this wife of yours, this long-term partner, because what the divine wants you to see is that the experiences, the choices that we make are for a reason, even though they may not seem obvious or at the conscious level. Subconsciously, we meet just the right people. We do. It doesn't matter who it is on our path, they're always the right person, even though they're delivering a whole lot of, hardship type of experiences. But that's because you need it to grow, collective. It's because we need to grow. We with all our life conditioning and our fears from what we dealt with as children, it's been keeping it, unless you've been growing, it's been keeping us at the lower vibe of the emotional scale. Well, in comes somebody who's at a higher vibe, but you can't stay in that relationship with that one, because it's just not going to work out. The two of you are too different. This one's going to be more selfish. This one's selfless. You see, doesn't work. That would be too much give and take. You'd be taking and she would be giving. You see, that just doesn't work. She would be giving, paying attention to you, keeping you in her life. She's the one who's always doing the running. Not the running, the chasing. She's the chaser, you're the runner, kind of thing. Or vice versa, depending on who we're talking about, feminine or masculine. But when there is somebody that you meet in your life who's a higher vibe, has that kind of unconditional love vibe in them, yeah, you'll be running from them because you don't understand them. You don't want to. It's just the way it works out. And then you end up meeting somebody who's at your vibe here. So no one's running or chasing. You're both putting it into it equally, until someone starts evolving, right? Someone starts evolving. Then next thing you know, this is your Queen of Cups up here still, maybe even higher. But this is you, where you were here when you first met each other, right? Well, now you're up more like this, and it's not such a huge distance between the two of you, whereas it was before, like this. But now it's more. It's less of a distance in vibration, which means you're not vibrating at the same level as your spouse or your long-term partner. She's still behaving like this. Okay, deceptive, lying, cheating, trying to put blocks on your path so that you can't be happy without her. That's where she's still down here, but you're up here now. You're closer to your girl, your Queen of Cups here. Okay, but with this pessimism of having these hardships with this one here, it's just kind of kept you at that lower, in the middle kind of thing of the emotional scale, instead of way up at the top. So yeah, once you receive this message of support and love and I admire you, whatever, you went from being in the middle to, because that's that Emperor energy now, right? She may be more like pre-Empress or Empress energy. With the Queen of Cups, she definitely is heart-centered. She's forgiving too, and that really puts you in a higher vibe to be able to forgive people who have done you wrong, so that you can be happy, inwardly happy for yourself, loving yourself. That's why we forgive. It's not about the other person, being happy and just, thankful that you forgive them. It's about you forgiving for yourself, to get you off that lower vibe and and shoot you up to a higher vibe of feeling life is just full of for yourself. You're feeling fantastic, you're feeling alive, you have a lot of energy. Whereas this low vibe stuff, it sucks the life out of you. It really, and it might even age you 10 or 15 years more than your actual age is. So if you're 40, you could be actually looking like you're 55. Something like that, right? So yeah, this is a good thing. She is helping you to make sure you get yourself corrected, to get yourself going, keep going up, so that you realize this Emperor energy in your near future, so you can match your girl over here. Does that make sense? Spending time in isolation, doing more soul searching, getting yourself more enlightened, because we receive many stints of awakening throughout our lifetimes. We can't be awakened all at once, because it would fry our circuits, quite literally our neurons, our brain circuitry. It would fry us if we received that much light all at once. It would just literally fry us, and it would, we'd either be very mentally deranged as a reason if we actually survived it physically, or we're dead. It killed us. Okay, so that's why we can't become enlightened all at once unless you're absolutely prepared for it. But not many people are quite prepared for that kind of enlightenment all at once. Maybe somebody who is already fully enlightened and comes back to this lifetime to help others. That could be like Jesus or Muhammad or the Buddha. They might have received quite a bit of enlightening all at once. Like, look at Jesus. He went to, Mount Sinai or whatever, and sat in there when he was in his 30s or 33 or something. I don't know, like I said, but he fasted for 40 days, 40 nights, so that he could release his demons, his ego, his fears, and release his fears, so that God could truly anoint him as the one who would heal, as the one who would represent God on two legs in this lifetime. So let's talk about, so this is good. The Hermit is good. I'm just saying it's good because it gives you more chance to receive more enlightenment from the divine, which is represented here as God with the Holy Spirit and Christ, right? The three. But yeah, so that you could be even more higher energetically paired to your honey, the one you want to go towards. But your previous one or your past one is trying to get in the way of doing that. And you learned about it. And it put you into this, but it helped you get on the path of breaking your contract with them, both at the soul energy and at the marriage, that marriage level. Look at this, guys. 9 of Wands. And then the Star. Wow. Okay, so 5 of Wands. Yeah, a lot of conflict, a lot of deception and competition, just arguing and misunderstandings, someone being angry, both of you being angry at each other, losing your temper, feeling like you're lost an opportunity right there. It says lost an opportunity, and she's definitely trying to make that happen. If this isn't something you feel already, that you've lost an opportunity to be with this one, because at that lower vibe, way back then, when you were at that vibe you chose, remember I said you chose this one that was equally yoked with you at that lower vibe over the Queen of Cups that you met that was a higher vibe. But you have to be fair to yourself now, understanding that you couldn't have possibly kept up something with her at that time. So maybe you guys are twin flames, where you meet at a point in time where it's just not possible for you to stay together. You just weren't ready for that higher vibe kind of journey of twin flames. One soul, two people coming back together as one. So, don't kick yourself about that, because you you couldn't have been the two of you just could not have kept that relationship up for very long. All right. She'd be giving too much and you'd always be taking, and that creates a lot of resentment, right? You know yourself, because this one here took a lot from you and did not give it back to you. Hence the 6 of coins. Okay, so yeah, definitely it just was not possible or fruitful, as according to how God would look at it. Not fruitful for the two of you to try to be together. Hence, so you had to go separate ways. That means you made a choice to be with somebody at your vibe, okay? And she made a choice to be with somebody at her vibe, or not at all. Maybe she's been single the whole time, because it's, it's a little harder to be with somebody that's that high vibe with you when there's not a whole lot of people really understanding what this is all about. That our relationships are meant to teach us to become better people, to become better versions of ourselves, and to take that learning as a nugget, a golden nugget of education, and move into your next relationship. Especially if the one that you were with that taught you that, without really even realizing she or he was teaching you that, because it'd be subconscious, right? But especially when that one has taught you, has stayed at that lower vibe, they haven't learned from that life lessons, but there's a reason for that too. There's a reason for their path for that. They need to make their free will choices to stay at the low vibe or grow. Now, if they had chosen to grow, perhaps the two of you would have still be together, or would still want to stay together because you're at a slightly higher vibe with each other. But God said the plan is for the two of you, your Queen of Cups and you, to have met at one point in your lifetime, but to go separate ways because you're meant to be together at this high vibe. God knows that. So you were then matched with this one here who was going to come into your life and literally drive you nutty, But it would be all those hardship lessons that would be the karmic payoff, the karmic debt that you're paying off, because she's a karmic soulmate. She's bringing the opportunity for you to pay your karmic debt off from how you treated others in the past, including the Queen of Cups is up here. When you're up here, you're highly protected. You're highly protected. So if any one of us decides to, mistreat a relationship with somebody at this level, and it hurts them, emotionally hurts them, you're going to be actually you're going to be, what would you call it, earning great karmic debt. Great, even more so than if you just met someone else who's maybe just slightly or at the same level or just a little lower. The one that is highly protected because they're on their divine path on purpose, they are highly protected by the divine. So any kind of hurt or pain to somebody like that is going to, you actually are racking up great karmic debt, more than you could possibly pay off, in a lifetime, unless you have someone come along who doesn't know what she's doing or he's doing for you, and they eventually cause you all sorts of pain, misery, feeling left out in the cold, anxiety, depression, uncertainty, all sorts of anger, and just a lot of just what the hell is going on in your life with them. She comes in and she helps you feel that kind of pain that you cause to others. That's paying off your karmic debt. Now she decided in this situation not to evolve. She still has another relationship or two or more that has to go bad before she's actually going to become more enlightened. It might be a near-death experience where she almost died, or her child, becomes deathly ill and either dies or, recovers, but it was kind of like, the only thing you can do is pray to God kind of thing, because the medical community has done all it can for you or your sister, mother, father, child, whatever. Just something's going to have to come along to yank her out of her get those lower vibe entities off of her, those negative energies that are sucking the life out of her. She is so because she's being drained from, you know, life force energy, she had to latch on to you and suck the energy from you. So she became an energy vampire, sucking the energy from you, and that's why you feel the way you do when you're with her. But when you get away from that and let that go, boom, up you go, up the scale you go. You start feeling, especially when your love interest decides to reach out. So yeah, this is because you chose with the Lover's card. You chose to go with this one, but you could, like I said, don't beat yourself up because you had to at your vibrational level at the time when you met this one, this karmic one. When you met the Queen of Cups, who was much higher and more on the unconditional love level, she just, even though it was like, wow, she's great, you know, I feel really great with her, and I just feel like she, you know, she would be everything I wanted, it would still scare you because it's just something that was alien to you for the most part. And so you would have run, and she probably tried chasing, thinking, what's going on? Where'd you go? Come back, come back, come back. Well, you just kept running and hiding, and you caused yourself really, in the long run, to become a wounded lover, a wounded warrior. It's a test of faith of you being able to step up, grab that baton, no matter what this one here delivered to you to try to block you or keep you down at her level. You said, no, I've got one last fight in me. For whatever reason, you looked at yourself, you felt, I got the energy. I still have the energy. I still have the desire. I still have the motivation, and which means I've got the fight. You know, I can go forward and still achieve my desires and goals. The star, and with the star being in your sky, which is this one showing up as a guiding light for you. Remember, she's up here as a guiding light for you. She's been in your mind the whole time, and it's helped you to, like, she's become a guiding star in your sky, your night sky. It's helping you to heal and feel more emotionally balanced because you thank your lucky stars quite literally for having met her. You're thanking your lucky stars quite literally for having met her. Now just through the card. So we're going to clarify the house card now. Okay? What's the house card telling us? I'm going to talk to the card down here on the floor. Oh, yes, of course. It is the 8 of Wands. You want to take action in the near future. Very fast action, movement forward to begin communicating with her because she's your home, right? Okay, what else? 7 of Wands. You are feeling, let me see with this one. You're upright. You're making a stand. You're facing it head on. You're saying, it's my life, and you're not backing down. Anyone who's trying to come between you and your happiness in your near future is going to be blocked by you. You're blocking them with those healthy boundaries of what you're going to accept from people and what you don't accept. You're putting that up. So that's good. That's a good preventative measure of making sure you achieve your desires. The moon manifests your desires. It's a month or next new moon. So a month from, 3 months. Within the next 3 months, it'll be another month. A change in direction, set your intentions, a new cycle begins. There's that new cycle right here, the chapter, new chapter with the Emperor energy. Don't give up and germinate. Like sow your seeds, right? Germinate, grow. We'll do another card because that's a new moon one. It's an extra card. Queen of Swords in the reverse. Why is she in reverse, okay? Well, that could be this one over here. The Queen of Swords in reverse. With the 4 of Swords, yeah, it would be. Okay, so you're dealing with moving, putting your boundaries up, to manifest your desires by blocking your Queen of Swords, this one who's devoid of emotion, it says. She's harsh, she's pessimistic, critical, calculating, abrupt, gossipy, scatterbrained, easily influenced, and has clouded vision. Yeah, so you will be standing your ground against her. Yeah, all the way up until the new moon. You'll be still healing. You've got still healing to do. Isolation, going within, silence. I'd say meditation, rest, take a break, healing, recalibrate yourself, and retreat. So that's what you are going to be doing in the privacy of your own private space, so that you can move towards your Two of Cups here, your true love. Was also on the back of the deck. So let's talk about the gentleman number one holding the rose. He's waiting for lady number one. Don't wait. Don't wait for lady number one. Go get her. That's the near future. Go get her. Don't wait for her. That's what your problem is that you're waiting. Don't wait. Stop waiting. Just do it. Aha. That's what the divine is saying in these cards. You've made a choice to be with her now instead of being with this one. So heal. Mend the connection. Get going. This is the present right here, and we're in the near future. This is the past. Just to clarify. Okay, man with the rose. That's the King of Cups. Six of Wands. Feeling victorious. Wanting to be recognized. Remember, this star is about wanting to be recognized too. Vernal equinox is dark to light. Timing a few days. It's time. Act now. Fresh start. Awakening spring. Yeah. In the near future, with it, which would be 4 weeks from today's date, that's when the near future begins. At that 4-week mark after today's date. So after 4 weeks go by, that's when you need to act now. Judgment. Heeding the call. Yeah. New spiritual story. Forgiveness. Awakening. Evaluation. Mission. You're on a mission. You've been rebirthed as an emperor. You have to take action as an emperor. Making decisions and renewing your life and your heart-centeredness. With the Page of Wands. Okay. Brand new beginning. Energetic playhouse kind of guy. He's a lovable rogue. He has exciting plans. He's charismatic. He has good news. And he may be a traveler towards his love interest. Sort of childlike and a free thinker. Just fun kind of person. Exciting, passionate. Yeah. All right. So that's what that one there. So be victorious and take action once in the next 4 weeks. Begin that. That's what the divine here is saying to you, collective. Act now. It's time, that one says. The vernal equinox. Heeding the call, which is making that final judgment. That you're going to move forward with that brand new message of good news. Okay, the star card, our final card here. Empress. There she is, your Queen of Cups. She's the star. Like I said, she's a guiding light. Yeah, I'm not telling you this stuff. I'm not just speaking through my nose. She's your guiding light. Yes. 5 of Coins, who is feeling left out in the cold by you. And what are you thinking? Ace of Swords. You're thinking, I have to cut out my past using the sword. And I have to go forward only in truth and honesty, clarity, transparency, and with integrity. Great integrity. And last one, the 10 of Wands, is leaving your burdens behind. Because until you do move towards her and make that contact here with the Page of Wands, the new news, exciting news, you will be carrying this heavy burden. So the divine is saying, connect and collaborate, get together. The Three of Coins, right? Three of Pentacles. Because if you don't, you're just going to feel the heaviness of not having done it. The heaviness of regret, of missing out, losing that opportunity. She is your Empress. She feels left out in the cold by you. And you could be feeling left out in the cold by her if you're expecting her to chase you. If you're expecting her to show up, she already has, right? So how much more? So that's the energy you got to get yourself out of. You're at this energy, this lower energy level where you think you've given too much to somebody, the wife you had, and she didn't give you enough in return. So now you're feeling sour about that, resentful about that. So I'm not, when I move forward, I'm going to make sure that it's more balanced. I'm going to receive more because they're going to give me more and I'm going to take. Well, that's what you did when you met the Queen of Cups in the first place. It's that she gave, and you took, and then you took off. You literally took and took off. You got to get yourself out of that energy of waiting for her to show up. You can't sit there and just wait for her to show up. You can, depends on what kind of life you want to have. You can. But if you're going to be feeling very heavily burdened, extremely. If you think you have it bad now, it's going to be way worse if you don't take action and meet her at least halfway, right? Meet her at least halfway. She's done it already. You need to show up now. You need to show up. She's done it, okay? It just kind of makes me infuriated when people wait for other people to because it has to do with fear, fear of rejection, right? Fear of not feeling worthy, fear of being laughed at, fear of being told I don't want to have anything to do with you because what will I do with my heart then? Well, okay, that's and I understand that completely. I really, 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 really do. But what's the consequences if you don't take action towards somebody who's not going to put any more in? Because the Empress is about equal give and take. The Empress's energy is about, okay, I'll give because I would expect something in return, in the sense that I'm not going to give any more because that would be too much. That'd be like overindulging. That would be feeling, you're out of balance emotionally then. So you give a little, hoping that it's going to spontaneously create a return. But, Empress doesn't hold on to regret if it doesn't get returned. What she does is she just moves on. She says, okay, well, I tried. I can't be any more obvious than that without giving away my integrity and my self-worth, my own sense of self-worth, self-esteem, self-confidence. She may have, like I said, as the Queen of Cups, she may have given too much to you in the beginning, and that somehow caused her a lot of, like, why the hell did I do that? I never ever got anything in return from him. All I got was a kick in the butt. So no, I'm not going to be like that anymore. I'm going to grow from that. I'm going to learn that I need to address relationships in a much different manner. And hers was to let you know that she still cares about you. So what are you going to do now? All right? So I'm going to leave it here, guys. I hope that was helpful in some ways, but don't wait too long. It's your turn. The ball's in your court. Bye for now. See you tomorrow.